Welcome everyone to the commentary of the first Highlander movie. Basically, the thing that's starting a franchise that basically after this movie was doomed repeatedly by fail after fail after fail.
I've
But
heard-
we will at a time and a place for everything. Let's just say that the model of this movie is that there can be only one. In this case, there can be only one good thing.
How fitting is it then? Because from what I've heard, Highlander 2 sucks.
Yes, and not just that. Almost every
Highlander, every other Highlander movie
well, they
sucks.
said that the TV series was
No, I meant the
fine.
movie. Well, I meant the movies.
Oh, I
meant the
think
mo-
it's
Oh yeah, sure, okay. Anyway, I don't know if there are any different cut of the first movie, so let's just
No,
pause
I don't think there
before. Let's just start before I think the title screen. If you're all ready,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
okay. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
You know, when I looked at the budget and the box office, I'm surprised they still even got a sequel. It bombed.
Wait, what?
Did it have a huge fan base?
It did. It's just that maybe the profits came from the home video market. Anyway, this is important. From the dawn of
We came moving silently.
Ever since I was fired from MI6, I was stuck in this job.
By the way, for the three who doesn't know, yes, this is Sean Connery.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I mean, a few men can put that shusher and still being very badass.
Oh yeah, and you know what's also badass about this movie? The music
the
is by
soundtrack.
the soundtrack is by fucking Queen.
Yes.
Sweet.
Well, and,
So-
Sweet?
Yes.
It's actually ingenious because it incorporates the phrase "who wants to live forever," basically, and Princes of
How-
the Universe.
Cool, Clancy Brown. All right.
The soundtrack was done by two people. It was Queen and Michael Kamen.
This is the main theme of
uh,
the movie, Prince of the
Yes.
Universe, and it's
And as you
fucking
can,
amazing.
and before you don't know, the last movie in the series completely butt rapes it, even that.
Yeah.
For some reason. And don't worry, Jova, it's the least of the problems. I mean, for crying out loud, the second movie has fucking Dr. Cox as a villain.
Who now?
The
Dr. Cox from
Scrubs.
from
Oh,
Scrubs.
God. Him again? Really?
Wait, you met him already?
Yeah, I'd rather not bring it up.
Wait, you watched The Rock? Or was it
Yes.
the one with Sean Connery? Oh, hold on.
Yes, I've watched The Rock.
Oh, so that's that with Nicolas Cage. Okay.
Hello, 80s.
So I guess it's a wrestler movie.
And that guy wants to end the match before it's even begun. He's trying to knock himself out.
Yeah. Remember the good old times when fangirls were just for these things instead of Twilight?
Yeah.
Or Justin Bieber fangirls, if there are any left these days.
Well, remember, Dweebs, it's always a passenger thing. Remember how, like, 5 years ago, people were nuts from Tokyo Hotel? Now nobody hears them anymore.
Tokyo Who now?
Exactly.
Tokyo Hotel,
Exactly.
a Deutsch band made by emo teenagers.
Don't worry, Theo. Dwebs made the point for himself accidentally.
Yeah, I was saying who?
Exactly.
Who did?
Flashing lights.
This guy may be a fun in
Meet-
parties.
I'm guessing this is the bad guy.
Actually, no, it's the protagonist.
It's actually the protagonist.
Christopher
Ah.
Lambert.
Christopher Lambert, yes, and yes, me, as Theo will confirm, we actually met him already in our commentaries because he was rated in the first Mortal Kombat movie.
Yes, actually, yes.
Ah, yeah.
Basically, this is the movie this is the movie he's known for.
Yeah, one of his magnum opus and shit. But let's have a flashback.
Okay, this is a flashback. Most of the backstory is mostly told through flashback.
I like it. So he's a time traveler of sorts, or he's immortal.
No, well,
No, time travel is not involved in this franchise. Don't
and
worry.
at least until did the source have time travel?
No. He just have other flashbacks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Which
okay. So he's
retcons things
immortal.
terribly, but whatever.
Yeah, like the song said, I am immortal. I have inside me blood of kings. Anyway, yeah, basically, he used to be a Scotsman.
Yeah.
But now he is a trench coat wearing American.
Yeah, how did this film... Is this so many good?
Yes, it is.
The first movie, yes. Really, don't worry, Dweebs. It's basically all the rest of the franchise that really doesn't shine, to be honest.
Don't
And
worry,
you know what?
Dwayne.
It's funny. You know what? It's funny. There was going to be an actual, what people reported to be a good Highlander video game back in, I think, 2010 or
Yeah,
something.
but it was
It was
cancelled.
made by Square Enix, by all people, and then it got cancelled.
Although to be fair, who else outside people like you guys knows about Highlander?
A lot of people,
A
actually.
lot of people know about Highlander Dwibs.
Yeah,
You're kind of
it
out of
was
the loop on
actually a
this one,
cult
aren't
following
you?
in the 80s and 90s.
Well, we'll never know. And besides,
This movie, remember, Dwibs, this movie spawned like 5 sequels, movies, and
Two TV series, an animated TV series, one terrible video game, and was going to do for another one.
Yeah.
Sounds like a huge following to me.
Oh, and one anime movie. Yeah.
no, besides, just because
But
something
nobody
looks
talks
good
about
or
it,
bad
but-
doesn't mean it will be so. But anyway, sword
Well,
fight.
There have been plenty of good movies that have bombed Dwibs. It's,
Yes.
And there have been plenty of bad films that have gotten a lot.
you believe it or not, Hugo actually lost money.
Yeah, I know.
But then again, stupid marketing.
Ballistic X versus Sever lost money, and that was shit.
Yeah.
A lot of money, actually.
And yet Batman Forever made money.
Batman Forever was
correct me if I'm
Actually, I'll take that back. I actually like that film.
correct me, Turkin, correct me if I'm wrong, but one cool thing is that Lambert does all his stunts.
If I recall, yes. I can't remember in detail now, but I think it does.
Okay, after watching the Hitman film, the sword fight kind of reminds me of that for some reason.
Cool.
No, not cool. That fight was shit.
Now this fight is good.
Joe,
This fight-
it was made back in the day. It's really reminiscent of Errol Flynn type of sword
This fight is
fighting.
actually pretty good, especially for its time.
I love how the clang sound like synthesizers. I can imagine it, the guy having to press
I'm
the
actually
keys.
surprised
in
that you're
time
not
with the
commenting on the fact that they're using fucking katanas.
Oh yeah, Michael
I mean,
Kamen.
this was made before Japanese styles and culture were a thing.
Yeah, this reminds me a bit of Blade.
Sword fighting and martial arts.
Also, the stuff they're doing in the garage too.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
I was
picked up a few things from this movie.
just gonna say, the composer for this film, Michael Kamen, he's done other work in mostly films like Die Hard, the first 3 Die Hard films. He did a Bond film, License to Kill, and the first X-Men film.
Nice.
Well, not the X-Men film. That score was pretty bland.
Well, I was saying nice in general.
Grab the sword. The sword. I can't reach.
This is going to hurt one way or another.
Oh boy.
Where are you, you piece of shit?
Dibs, stop try resisting the temptation of making everyone in the world a dick. I mean, I know it's hard, but oh boy. Hold on.
See? I knew this was gonna hurt.
There you go.
There.
Decapitation.
You
Sorry.
know, I
Brutal
bet that
legend.
guy was thinking, something tells me I should have just stayed in bed and left this one alone.
Yeah.
That guy's head clearly wasn't in the right place.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And
Oh
now
boy,
it never
here he comes.
will be.
The DeLorean?
No.
Oh my god! I just realized.
He's making the car orgasmic.
Jova, I just realized David Cage inspired himself for Indigo Prophecy with this scene. You know, remember the parking lot scene in Indigo Prophecy?
Parking lots.
So of all the films you read,
Wait, hold on, hold on. You're telling me that he basically inspirationed himself for the whole dance party scene in the
No.
garage?
No, you know that the parking lot scene in Indigo Prophecy where there's a car trying to kill you.
Christopher Lambert is
I
so
don't remember that part, actually. Funny,
Christopher
I
Lambert
remember
is
so
so
many
powerful
things.
the cars are exploding.
Well, we will eventually say what it is, but basically, when he kills someone like him, he absorbs his power and basically creates giant, massive energies around him doing
Yes,
that
it's
event.
like-
Man.
Multiple
It's
pe- in the news headlines today, multiple people reported their cars had mysteriously exploded, and they saw a man running from the car park by the name of Connor McLeod.
It happens.
So
Did I get
basically,
did I get his name right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so basically
you're pronouncing it wrong, Dweebs. It's Connor McLeod.
McLeod. Okay, Joe, go on.
so basically, this guy's like Mega Man. He can absorb
Actually, kinda.
defeats.
If Mega Man had a killer instinct, like chopping the heads of the other master robots and shit.
I think there is an iteration of Mega Man that actually is kind of like that.
What? Zero, Mega Man Zero, maybe.
Oh yeah, Mega Man Zero.
Yeah, since it's the most darkest of a bunch.
That
What
reminds me. That reminds me. I called dibs on Battle Network Star and Star Force.
When does Sean Connery come in?
Don't worry, he'll be sooner than you can imagine.
Remember, Dwibs, this is earlier Sean Connery, so you may not recognize his accent as easily.
Joe, I've seen a few post Bond
And
Connery.
don't worry, Dweebs, it is way better than the Sean Connery you get in things like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Which
That'll
was
be
also
good enough-
directed by the guy who directed the first Blade film.
Now, a lot of things make sense.
Yep.
Well, this bridge has to be the longest one ever built.
Yeah. Isn't it an actual real bridge?
I'm pretty sure no.
No.
Dwibs, you're the European. Dwibs, you're the British fellow here. Maybe you might know about it.
I don't know. I've never been to Scotland.
I don't know if you know already, but British people don't really like to inform themselves of Scotland and shit.
Oh, Scotland.
Remember,
Their idea of Scotland should be basically burning the place to ground, spraying salt on the ground in order to make nothing grow, and then building back on the ruins, basically.
and also, yeah, remember, Scotland came pretty close to being out the UK altogether.
Yeah,
Oh boy, what did they do?
they made a referendum, basically.
When was that?
Last
Last year, I think, yeah. But
Dang.
surprisingly, they voted for no. They wanted to remain associated with Great Britain for some reason.
Yeah.
Aw, isn't that nice? Anywho, but yeah, I have to say, a lot of these.
Well,
a lot-
at least it was the people's decision, you know. They made their choice. It's not something imposed by the government or something.
Right. Anywho, back on topic. A lot of the scenes and the sets in this film, well, basically in these past scenes with the medieval parts, remind me heavily of several scenes and sets from
Braveheart.
Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail, actually.
Now go
I
back,
have to watch
I
that.
shall taunt you a second time.
Where's Mr. Krabs?
I think that's him.
Also, nice helmet you got there, mate.
Death to the McLeods! Attack!
Yay!
Wait, that's McLeod's? Jeez, leave Fox McCloud out of this.
Well, again,
Attack
Jova.
before the production sends us to Argentina for the next film.
Quick, attack! Quick attack before the ending gets chopped off because we ran out of budget.
Yeah, I can't remember who I said to, but yeah, back in the day, musicians in battle were really useful.
Yeah.
And that movie explains that also. I think it was you, Pedro.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
I can't remember
that's
the
right.
topic,
Just
but
during
you
Final
questioned
Fantasy 15
about
escape.
the usefulness of musicians in actual battle. You know,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh
That's-
that. Oh yeah. Oh, in Final Fantasy 15, yeah.
What if they killed the musician while they were in battle?
basically the troops will lose
Right.
synchronization and will be more dispersed. Basically,
That should be the first target. Kill the bagpipe player.
Dweebs, it's usually one of the choices. It was one of the choices. You know, kill the medics, kill the musician, kill the flag bearers, shits like that.
Hence why the idea of capture the flag.
Well, that's mostly an indication of capturing a location, not necessarily the flag.
Well, that
The-
too. But
Also, oh boy,
it's sort of a synonym for things. Anyway, it looks like something serious is happening.
yeah,
Oh,
you know
Mr.
this is
Krabs
the
is
main,
gonna kill
you know
him.
this is the main villain because thunder strikes at him. Yeah, I mean, oh boy.
Well, him being voiced by Clancy Brown.
Well,
helped.
that was a short movie. Thanks for watching.
Okay, then my final thoughts. Wow, that was underwhelming.
No!
No!
Exact. There we go.
Roll credits. No, well, not really.
Okay,
why don't you
basically,
just
might as
kill-
well say it right now. Basically, the immortals can only be killed if their head is chopped off.
Basically,
Right.
kind of like
There's
the
an order to
undead,
begin
actually.
with.
So it's like Wolverine.
Yeah, or well, not really. It depends on Wolverine's case, but yeah, you get the point.
So let me guess, this movie is going to be focused on him hunting down other immortals, or immortals coming after him and him finishing them off.
Pretty much.
Neato.
Hey.
Wait, in that case, what's the point of a sequel then, if assuming he fulfills...
Okay,
Exactly. Thank you, Joe.
Jova, you have no idea where
Okay,
the problem
I'm-
starts.
Oh boy.
I'm convinced this isn't actually part of filming. They ran out of budget so much the police had to come in and remove them from the set.
Obviously, dweebs.
Did they film this in like Vancouver or somewhere?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
If it were Vancouver, I would explain the cheap budget.
No, I am acting.
Give me
All
up!
right, I gave it to you.
And then he got shot in the head and died.
Actually, no. Again, what Pedro said, immortals cannot be killed by their head chopped off. So bullets are useless against them.
Right.
It's a little case of the trope. Bullets don't harm Superman or whatever it's called.
Do the sequels at least maintain that?
Yes, until the source, but surprisingly, it's
Oh,
actually one of
boy.
the few things they actually explain.
Huh.
There's a reason for that.
Okay, so
So what you're telling me, Tio and Pedro, is that apparently there's overall no purpose to the sequels.
The sequel, basically, in order to create a sequel, they retcon everything that has happened in the first film.
Yes.
Oh.
And
So you're
you
saying
can
that they
imagine
pulled
that
a-
each sequel retconned even more, basically.
Okay, so tell me, Pedro, how serious a retcon are we talking about? Are we talking about Terminator 3 levels of bad?
No. This movie.
It created a whole new type
Basically,
of retcon.
everything we know about these characters, the way the world works and the way the immortality works, will be completely moot after the second movie kicks in.
Yes.
Oh, they did that kind of retcon.
Like literally everything you watch, as far as the whole series is concerned, this entire movie is pretty much a waste of your time. Which is why
Ow.
fans completely ignore the sequels and just pretend that this is the only one.
Yes,
And yet, for
actually.
some reason, they keep making sequels.
Well, fortunately they stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, then again, the Highlander series, in terms of the box office, has never really made that much money.
Who cares? It's just money.
Yeah, but that'd be like if they kept making Green Lantern films even after the 2011 one.
Which goes back to the wondering why they even made a sequel. Then again, there are
And
some
it's also
things that
funny,
have-
Joe, because if I recall correctly, Highlander 2 is made by the same director. So,
What director?
The
Of
same
this
director.
Huh. Interesting.
so yeah, you can't even start scratching your head about how they did manage to fuck up.
Oh boy, let me guess. Did Highlander 2 have a bigger budget?
I guess not.
If it does, it doesn't show it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh God, they're going the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy route, aren't they?
Actually, kinda, yeah. Yeah, I guess you can say that. Yeah.
So who's this woman?
Yeah, now that I think about it, the 13 trilogy is pretty much the gaming equivalent of the Highlander series. Except at least in the Highlander, the first one did rock, whereas 13 didn't even have that.
Yeah.
So who was that? Who was that woman?
Our
Love
love
interest?
interest for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does she remind me of Terminator for some reason?
I don't know.
I don't know. She kind of looks like what, like a 45-year-old version of Sarah Connor would look like.
I thought Sarah Connor already was 45.
Well, she had to remain pregnant to make birth of John Connor, so I hope she was in her 20s.
I'm talking about in the sequels.
Oh, wow, that.
Well,
It should be interesting to see how old she'll
Yeah.
be in Genesis.
Yeah, we're still here.
Well, if we're going to the whole thing, go back to the past again, she will be like she was in Terminator 1.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
okay, so he's in
Staring to that contest.
police custody for blowing up cars.
Well, that it's property damage, I mean.
Okay, I'll be right back. I need to get a drink.
Go ahead.
The shock is too much for Cliff. Property damage is too much for him. Well,
Yeah, it's the new... Wait, are they in Chicago?
they might as well. I can't remember. Ah, dang it.
Because that sounds like an iconic Chicago police stereotype.
But yeah, the police actually have a point. Technically speaking, Connor is a serial killer. To be honest,
Connery?
Connor, the protagonist.
Oh, I thought to talk about Sean Connery.
No, the protagonist is called Connor McLeod.
Okay, Connor McLeod. Because he's Scottish.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So basically, you're going to jail, mate.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I again, the police actually have a point. To their point of view, he's a fucking serial killer.
You blew up a bunch of cars.
It is one thing I'll give some credit for right now. They're handling the whole police element well. I mean, normally the police, whenever there's a mystical element involved, tend to act rather incompetently.
Well,
But there's...
technically speaking, since Connor is the good guy, they're acting incompetently, to be honest. But again,
Wow.
it's all misunderstanding, and you'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give them that. It's a legit misunderstanding. Those guys are fighting.
Fight,
What
fight, 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 fight.
Eh? Wait, what?
And they're
This
just letting him leave.
How
Despite
did
the fact
he get
that
out?
he blew up like 10 cars.
So is he like famous or something and got parole, I guess?
You'll see.
Yes, you'll see.
Okay.
Guys, could you tell me?
Guess who the villain is?
Guys, could you tell
Clancy
me?
Brown?
Could you tell me when you
No,
get?
no, I mean,
Guys,
he
guys,
wears all black. He rides a
Can you
black
tell me
car.
when you get to
He listens to
24:39?
bad, powerful music.
Like,
you know,
it really is one of those cases where, okay, this movie got fucking Queen. Maximum Overdrive got fucking AC/DC. Why the hell aren't more movies doing this? Getting awesome bands to do music for their movies.
I can't
Yeah.
remember, Dave.
Guys.
Answer me because you know it.
Okay.
Did any of the Iron Man movies got
Yeah, the first Iron
Black
Man movie.
Sabbath.
I'll tell you when I start up again. I'm at 24:39.
24.
49?
24:39.
Okay.
39. Okay, I'll tell you when to go.
Then you can ask me again. I was trying to tell you that, guys. We was busy.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so what you're saying?
Discounted Morgan Freeman. Ding. Is any of Iron Man movies having the Black Sabbath song?
Yeah, the first one. With the credits.
It's interesting because Iron Man 1 and 2 had AC/DC, but 3 didn't.
Huh.
I guess Shane Black doesn't like AC/DC or something.
Who the hell
Meh.
doesn't like AC/DC? I just don't
I guess
understand
Shane Black.
that. I don't. That doesn't even make sense to me.
I think it was the fact that AC/DC was busy with something else at the time.
Or they didn't give consent or something, I don't know.
Probably.
Instead, we got that song from that Italian band at the beginning.
Wait,
so
what?
yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
so yeah, we had a
No, Dweebs, what Dweebs saying is important. What Italian band? Because I may knew it.
Eiffel something or other.
Dragon Force? No, that's not Italian.
Eiffel 65.
Oh my, really? The Eiffel 65?
Yeah.
I'm speechless. I
Oh.
didn't do that.
ooh Eiffel 65. I really like their song "Move Your Body," although I didn't know they were Italian.
They
Let me guess. Well, let me guess. These days they phone from Grace.
No, it's just they're not that good in overall. I mean,
True,
they're not.
yeah.
We had even more bad people, but
I
they're
don't
not
listen
good.
to I don't listen to them because they're good. I listen to them because, well, why not?
Anywho, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so yeah, we had a neat Morgan Freeman cameo apparently.
Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. As I said, discounted Morgan Freeman.
It's
Ding.
Morgan Freeman's
I know.
brother.
I know, but it was
Morgan Freeman,
Just
distant
enough of
relative Chin.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be like, it felt like, okay, let's get Sean Connery's brother Neil. By the way, that did happen actually.
Actually, that reminds me, we still have to redo OK Connery one day.
Shit.
someday. Yes,
Over the Rainbow. Yeah.
maybe you'll do it without me again. Maybe. Oh yeah, that also reminds me. Someday we have to redo
A
the
lot of
animated. Yeah, so someday we have to redo the Legend of Titanic movie, and then we have to get to doing the full-length feature Tentaclino.
Great, I have my gun already at hand.
And yes, I guess you'll be one of the guests of honor. In fact, those two movies will probably be movies that require all 5 of us there.
There's no honor in that thing, only shame.
As for the first animated
So,
Titanic film, I'm
likes-
currently gathering the
likes
pieces
watching-
of that one and
so-
getting it all part by part.
So I guess he likes watching women poke stuff out of concrete pillars.
Oh, babes, don't be don't judge other people's hobbies. Come on.
Shh. He's alone in the dark.
Yeah, he's lonely.
Credits.
Ding! It's weird how this movie's so 80s yet so ancient times at the same time.
Cool.
Is that the appeal of this film? It's kind of a time blend.
Not just like that. I mean, it's a good mixing of fantasy elements put in our real world, which, by the way, at the time it was a fucking deadly combination. Just look at things like Beastmaster 2.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie managed to create a good movie out of a bad genre. That's an accomplishment, Waves.
And then again, when it was out in cinemas, no one well, people watched it, just not enough for it to make a profit.
You can imagine why.
Maybe, like I said, maybe it was a huge success in the home video market. Sometimes things happen like that. Like All Dogs Go to Heaven didn't really make money at the box office. However, it had a fantastic run in the home video market.
And then there's also Star Trek, which sort of got canceled, but because of the huge fan following, the Trekkies and all that, it's become the phenomenon that it is now.
And there was also Edge of Tomorrow, that barely made more than double its budget, but the home sales helped.
It happens.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. Was it dodgy marketing? Did people hate Tom Cruise again for some reason?
Again?
I don't know. Maybe Scientology haters. I don't know.
Then how come Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol made a huge profit then?
Don't ask me. I'm not Scientologist.
So, he's stalking her.
I'm sadly cannot shoot thunder beams from my hands.
Our hero, he stalks women.
Remember, it's an 80s movie. It was fine back then.
Yeah, but I'm not from the 80s though, so I can't.
Me neither, and yet I still know that.
Me free. I know well about a lot of 80s stuff.
Help me, please. Do you want me to do Highlander 2?
Oh.
Actually, the actor manages to be sane enough to end his role in Highlander Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his role?
So
Wait, they still continued it?
Yeah.
no, I mean no. Basically, asked for the director to have his character die. Basically, in Highlander Endgame, so he wasn't present in the source. Basically,
I get that. What I'm saying is that they still continue the series even after the main character of the series is
Well, but
dead.
they just switch it to a different character.
Well, it's kind of complicated, Jova, because basically before Endgame came out, there was a TV show where they introduced Duncan MacLeod,
a new character.
And the Endgame movie basically was an attempt at tying in both the TV show and the movies, So Duncan MacLeod officially became a part of the movie universe, and after that, Duncan MacLeod pretty much became the new main character of the movie series.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, so by then, basically, this guy died.
Yeah,
he dies in Endgame, and Duncan MacLeod takes his place. He's the protagonist of the source.
So was it done well?
Oh.
This is the police. You are surrounded, at least on this side.
I will find you. Or
You're
my
not
name
Liam Neeson. Get out.
I will find you. Or my name isn't Mr.
Lex Luthor,
Why are you comparing the villain to Mr. Crabwebs?
Because Clancy Brown plays Mr. Krabs.
Wait, what?
you didn't know that?
He does.
Again, Jova, I'm Italian. I watch things with Italian dub most of the time.
Well, really? I didn't know SpongeBob had an Italian dub.
Oh, trust me, Jova. We have a severe protocol of basically voicing a lot of things. A lot of
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Yeah, like in Spain, it's the same thing. Strangely, my country is not really into that.
I mean,
actually.
If you want to get the worst example possible, watch the Russian version of things. They literally dub over the original dub without removing the original audio.
Yeah.
It's
case,
gorilla quality.
In that case, I should look something up.
Actually, there's even just that, like, because believe it or not, I watched I forgot which one it was, but I once watched a Brazilian dub of an Asterix animated film, and they also did that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are they really that lazy?
Yes.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
He made a deal with the devil.
Yes, back in the medieval age, people were so charming that if you survived a battle, but you were possessed on some shit.
Unatami?
Again, remember, this is the what's the name? This is the so charming Catholic Scotland. Everyone wants to praise.
Hey, Tio, could you translate this for me in Italian? Echo.
Eco, basically. Echo means eco, basically. It's the same word. It comes from Latin.
Okay. Now they're beating him up.
Yes.
Again, remember, they were racist with things they couldn't comprehend. Said they were possessed by the devil or some shit. They said that even to left, people were prominent in using the left hand.
Get him out of town.
So, basically, Dwebs, it's like this.
I mean,
If she
there's an entire...
basically,
Oh.
Dwebs, he weighs the same as a duck. Therefore, a witch. You never
Basically.
you never seen Holy Grail?
Not really, no.
Oh, come on, you should. It's
But just because I'm British doesn't mean I have seen every single British made thing ever.
I know. It's just that Monty Python and the Holy Grail is one of the most famous movies in the entire world. You'd think, especially you being British. I mean, you'd think, I don't know. I kind of.
Yeah, whatever.
Unatamio! Yeah, bad pronunciation.
Like out of here.
Yeah, it's like I said, a lot of these sets remind me of that from Holy Grail.
Maybe they filmed it in the same place.
Well, Dweebs, anyway, again, back to the racism subtext. Think about this. There's an entire book that they made me read made by, I think, a Deutsch author, called I think it's called The Strange Tale of Peter Schlemihl. It's basically a guy that trades...
Hi, Mona Lisa.
that basically obtains a bag like in King's Quest 2, a bag that... no, in King's Quest 3, a bag that has constant gold that doesn't get empty, in exchange to his shadow. Not its soul, his shadow to the devil, basically. And people start to get racist because he doesn't have a shadow. Don't ask.
Of course.
Wow, okay, now where did I leave my whole... Oh wait, sorry, wrong time period.
Actually, this looks like the studio that Christian Slater has in Alone in the Dark movie.
The one that
Yeah.
was filmed in a bank.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, alright, now where did I leave my, my lucky spear?
So, this is his cosplay preparing room.
Where did I leave my spear? I want to go to the costume party tonight. And maybe spear someone for real if they cross me.
Okay.
Hello, we live in this one
Oh, hi,
castle.
doggy.
Aww.
Yay!
Hooray for that, I guess.
Yeah.
True love, I guess.
And then then the horse gets jealous
And then she became a Lissy and died.
And then a rhino ate her up.
A carnivorous rhino. That must be something.
made out of
Oh, I see we're going straight to the happy ending special.
Sorry.
I haven't even seen. I've seen the poster for Wise Eye Short. This kind of reminds me of that for some reason.
Stanley Kubrick. He's the next director of the next Highlander movie. Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh, here he is.
yay! Yay, Sean
Oh.
Connery.
I hope I wasn't interrupting anything. So, okay, Sean Connery playing a Spanish man. This should
Talk
be
about
interesting.
Jova. He's not Spanish. He's Egyptian.
Yes. No. Think about the situation. Christopher Lambert got cock blocked by Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Ouch.
By the way, Jova, don't mind what I just said. That's an in joke that only Taylor will get.
Yes. Yeah,
Let me-
we'll say later. Don't worry.
But yeah, cool. A Scottish man playing a Spanish man.
Would I? I do like Tom Cruise, but even with that in mind, would Eyes Wide Shut be a good film for me?
I
No.
have the power.
No, you see, Dwebs, like you see, the thing, Dwebs, is that what am I talking about?
That's what the phenomenon.
Stanley Kubrick?
The quickening.
Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut is basically let's just say it's a very bold movie. Basically, it's a movie about sexuality, and
Hello.
about your carnal desires and shit. So there's actual nude scenes in the movie and shit. There's sex scenes, like there's a moment. Where Tom Cruise
I've
is
grown desensitized to
Yeah.
nude scenes.
Apparently, the movie was so lustful that made the two characters, Tom Cruise and his the other
worry,
girl, I can't remember the name, separate in real life.
No, it's not.
I'm not even kidding.
It's not. It's
because of what he did, yeah.
No, Dweebs, Jova. It was because of a movie. They were a couple
I know.
before, and after the movie, they separated each other.
I know.
For the record, it's not tasteless.
Happen in movies, like it probably made them uncomfortable.
And once at this rate, I don't really mind nude scenes in films.
No, what I mean is, it's not tasteless. It's done for a purpose. The thing about Eyes Wide Shut is that
Of course, it's Kubrick. Everything is done for a purpose.
the thing about Eyes Wide Shut is that it's one of those movies that it's definitely for a very minor audience. Like not a lot of people won't really get into the movie or really. It's just one of those polarizing movies, Dwips.
Sounds like a fitting future commentary then.
Should we do the other Kubrick films first?
Not 2001, because 2001
really
is
matter?
not commentary friendly at all. Trust me.
Oh yes. Oh, Pedro, absolutely. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
If we're doing Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which is trying to be 2001, then we might as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, the problem
Oh
is
boy,
that
Sean Connery singing.
the problem is that 2001 is better seen as an experience when you're alone, and experience.
Nah. Well, that's one way to look at it, but some people like watching it in with several other people.
They can have a drinking game or something. Take a shot every time a shot in the film lasts. Every time there's a line of dialogue spoken in the film.
You actually wouldn't really. Kubrick is a much visual director. He only uses dialogue when he absolutely needs to. He was a defender that film is a visual medium. We should use visuals for whenever it's possible to tell our ideas and shit.
Oh, cool then, Pedro. So then you can point out how he does that in Space Odyssey when we commentate on it.
Oh, trust me, I could talk for hours about Space Odyssey. I've seen that movie so many times at this point.
Well, in that case, you'll get your chance when we commentate on it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
What?
It's my favorite. It's my favorite movie of all time, after all.
Oh, goody! Then that should be a wonderful experience for you.
I love how we have a variety. I love how each of us has like a different sort of pick.
So
for a
yeah,
favorite
they
film.
actually explain that
Pedro's-
immortality for immortals prevents them even from drowning
Yeah.
for some reason.
Oh. Pedro's is a space visual thing. Mine's a war film about the fall of the Nazis.
Not so well. I guess you can say I'm a huge Stanley Kubrick fanboy. That you can definitely call me. But a space visuals guy, no, I like pretty much everything as long as it's done well.
Yeah, I was just saying what your favorite films are about. Like in your case,
Yeah, I guess you can say that. Yeah.
yours is a space visual. Mine's a film about the fall of the Nazis. I'm not sure about Jova and Tio's though.
Aw, the music's so cute.
I'd be like if we were having some cute pet anime character from the 80s. I've been waiting for you. I was negotiating my contract for Indiana Jones 3.
Leave the Sean Connery impressions to moi. Pedro, after all, Oh,
Yeah,
And he just. Oh.
GTFO noob.
You see, it is the power of this wonderful musketeer outfit that I have.
This cannot be.
Is he shitting fish?
Have I mentioned that you sound very Scottish for a Spanishman? No, you haven't, and I'd rather you not.
Was it ruin the suspense?
Yeah, you know something's wrong when what's supposed to be a non-Scottish character is a more Scottish accent than you.
Yeah.
And that's even a joke we kind of make in the source. One of the very first line of the villain is actually pointing out how Duncan MacLeod doesn't have a real Scottish accent.
Huh, that sounds interesting. Maybe it
If
won't
by
be so
interesting
bad.
you mean something that gets hammered in your face with the subtlety of an hammer in your face.
Oh,
I take it.
so they overdo the joke.
Yeah.
Not really. It's just it just that doesn't work in context.
I take it. Sean Connery's only in this film and 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
He actually knew when to quit. To be honest, he knew things started getting really messy already with 2 and quit while he could.
Yeah, we went on to be in The Rock,
Entrapment
Entrapment, and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
and the Avengers.
It's such a wait. Oh yeah, that's right, the Avengers. You know, it's such a shame though. Had he not been in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen,
And remember, he refused to be Gandalf to be in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
it's such a shame because when you think about it, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is sort of what ended his film career.
Yeah, pretty much. But well, he decided to retire because after
I
that.
know. But that's sort of the issue. It's like, well, had it not been for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, he may still very well be in the business.
Timber.
Timber!
You should know to mind your surroundings.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
You see, that line works more in King's Quest, not Batman Begins or something like that. Weak. And weak. Seriously, like a 60-year-old man shoved you on the shoulder and you're falling over. Seriously.
I just realized
So
something.
yeah,
This may
basically,
be the second movie which-
Ramirez.
Ramirez.
He's basically training McLeod.
Okay.
But basically,
So that- so
being
that- so-
immortal
so-
is
So that McLeod can
Ba-
conquer the universe or some shit.
yeah. Basically, being an immortal is a giant contest. You have to kill all the other immortals, and if you're the only one, there can be only one in the end. You'll get the prize.
You'll get the
problem
prize.
is, the problem is in Island Resource they completely buttfuck the very root of these essence.
What is
How
okay,
bad
so the
could
question?
it
So the
be?
question. So the question is, what's the price? We don't know for sure, but it's rumored that it's basically big powers and whatever.
Do you ever
But
figure out what it is? in the
Phenomenal
series?
cosmic powers.
So, Pedro, do we ever figure out what the prize is in any of the sequels?
Not really.
No.
Sadly.
You know, I wouldn't imagine. I mean, I know Sean Connery's Scottish, but I wouldn't imagine him doing a film like this.
Well, to be fair, he has been in quite a few medieval films at this time. Like Robin Hood.
I
okay.
feel the heartbeat of the stag.
And I also just realized something. This is the second Sean Connery movie I've seen that involves a huge weather element at some point. The first one being that
Oh,
lovely British film.
Which one?
Yay!
Hey!
Seriously, what is it with the British taking the name Avengers?
Because it was a reference to a TV series back in the day, basically.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
If I
Although,
recall, James, you actually watched it, but
No, I didn't watch Avengers.
I'm not sure I watched that. So basically,
That's why around here the Marvel films called Avengers Assemble.
So why exactly is Sean Connery training him? I mean, isn't Sean Connery also an immortal?
Yeah, but he's a good guy at least. He's very sportive somehow.
I don't think he really cares that much about the power.
Yeah, pretty much.
I get that, but
Basically, the idea is that he wanted to fight immortal with good heart, basically.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because a lot of as you could see by the villain, a lot of immortals are just power hungry bastards.
true. Now, in
rude.
that case, though, doesn't that mean he has to kill Sean Connery eventually?
Well, you'll actually see how it develops this.
Interesting.
Although I think I watched a review of Highlander 2 that kind of spoiled Highlander 1.
Well,
So well, if it makes you feel any better, it's technically nothing in this movie matters. So.
Okay.
Again, the only real solution you can have is basically creating your own headcanon that this movie is just self-contained on its own. That sequels do not exist.
You know,
I can create a headcanon.
oh, how bad could it be? I mean, it can't.
You don't know yet, Jova.
I've got a
Yeah,
head.
you
don't know
truly you
yet.
don't know yet.
Guys, I've got a headcanon.
What?
What?
Each film and TV show is in a alternate universe from the other.
It doesn't really work even on that kind of line. Maybe for the animated TV series, but not for the rest of them.
Wow. From the way you guys talk about these sequels, it sounds like they're quite a bounty to be commentated on.
Yeah.
Again, Jova, you have no idea.
Yeah,
And,
I have no idea.
Well, hey, I mean, I only say this because apparently our Ballistics X server commentary is one of our most popular videos.
Well, that's because
Joyful.
that's because Ballistic is well known for being one of the worst films ever made.
I thought it was an obscure film.
But so is Highlander 2 Dwebs, actually.
I thought Ballistic X
No,
server...
actually, Ramirez is explaining his backstory.
Okay. You sure Sean Connery's not talking about his real life?
No. Oh, no.
So
No,
yeah, apparently Sean Connery is Sephiroth in this movie.
Come to think of
Because
it, Japanese...
He got Masamune's katana, basically.
Mhm. Well, that's not awkward at all.
Give birth, or else the world's fucked. Yeah. Have her make love to the sword if you have to. Just have a daughter, please. Oh wait, that would be wrong, and she'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
It's not Bioshock, Dwibs, where people can give birth to weapons.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah, the villain.
Again, the Black Knight.
Pretty much. But basically, that's how Ramirez managed to find MacLeod. Immortals can understand with the correct patience where to find other of them or their kind.
Yes, I've gone from James Bond to being in a film about magical Scottish people.
And yet I'm the only one here who isn't Scottish.
There can be only one. Yeah.
There can only be one non-Scottish gentleman, so I decided, fuck it, I'm going to be one of the non-Scottish, so that I'm in on this.
Even though I am Scottish. Irony.
Consider me a Scottish Spanish fellow.
Okay, so we're in the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
No, really. Pedro Dweebs, you're really insulting that monument.
Ah, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, one of Italy's greatest accomplishments.
Actually, no, considering it's falling.
It's leaning over Jova. It's the
I
time.
know. It's
It's
like I
only
said,
famous because it's a failure of a monument.
exactly one of Italy's greatest accomplishments.
I'll take it as an offense, good sir.
I meant it as a compliment.
Oh shit! They're attacking.
Surprise!
Quick, left, hard.
Do you have 1 minute for the word of Jehovah?
Christopher. Wait. I Clancy Brown.
Yes, the epitome of subtleness.
Yes, Clancy Brown hamming it up. Okay, a mockery battle between Sean Connery and Clancy Brown. Thank you.
Oh.
I'm just gonna thank the film for that. I never imagined I'd see Sean Connery and Clancy Brown in the same room, but by God, they did it. And it is glorious.
Hmm. He's having at the camera.
Yes, right. Come towards me so I can kill you.
Please come over here. I
I'm
want.
the hero that Gotham is ready to believe, or... Ouch.
And FUD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
obviously
he really
he's
did.
immortal, I mean...
Wow, he really didn't learn to mind his surroundings. Da 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 da. Where are you, Sean?
Right here. You do know, Mr.
He's-
Brown, that you are being bested by a 60-something-year-old man, right?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna try and kill you anyway. Yeah!
And yes, swords in this movie can produce sparks.
Because why the fuck not?
Right. Let me guess. In future films, if a sword touches anything that isn't another sword, the world explodes or something.
No, thankfully not.
That would have been something. Highlander, the short one.
There's one anime OVA which is called Vampire Hunter D, where there's one scene where basically there's a sword fight, basically a giant claymore, if I recall correctly, against basically a steel wing, and the clash is so tight that the two things starts melting for how they overheat.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be all the more fitting if there's a lightning strike that just takes Sean Connery away.
Would you like a slice? Ha!
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
And there you go.
Oh my God! Sean Connery is getting stabbed and lightning is striking. Just
yeah,
like
there,
in
so,
Avengers.
so, so yeah, there you go, Jova. The McCloud doesn't have to kill Ramirez. The Kurgan will kill him.
Dang, this is just like Avengers, kinda.
I suppose so. Well, at least lightning doesn't take him.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
And let me guess, that's the last we see of Sean Connery in this film.
yes.
Yes, sadly.
Ah,
Wait. Then what's he doing
Until-
in Highlander 2?
Don't
Plot convenience.
don't.
But how is he
don't,
alive?
don't worry, Jova. You'll have plenty to rant about it when you actually see the explanation for that.
For
wait.
now, let's just focus on a good movie instead.
So
Yeah.
wait. You give Sean Connery top billing, yet he's only in the film for 20 minutes.
Yes,
Marketing.
Actually,
Graves.
yes.
Dwibs, remember Thursday? That did a similar thing with,
What's
that guy's
Eckhart.
You see, the problem is that Connor McLeod. No, what am I talking about? The problem is that
Ramirez.
Christopher Lambert wasn't a well-known actor at this point.
Sean Connery was.
So they could. So that's why the marketing team decided to give him top billing, because it would help the movie's sales.
Oh my
Yeah,
god! Now
look
that
how well that worked out in the box office.
now that I think about it, I think Alone in the Dark kind of ripped off this movie. Well, the movie Alone in the Dark, not the video game Alone in the Dark.
It's directed by Uwe Boll.
Well, at least here there's no Jesse Ventura trying to kill people.
Yeah.
Eh?
Alone in the Dark. don't worry.
Yeah. Sorry, Christopher. Sorry, Christopher. We blew half our budget on Sean Connery's salary, so you're gonna have to carry the rest of the film.
Yeah, I think he'll actually be pleased with that. What accent is he going for?
Basically, Scotsman, I think. After all,
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I guess Christopher Lambert's strengths as an actor aren't accents.
Maybe we should show Dr. Crusher this.
Oh, trust me, Twibs. He's still definitely a lot better than the fucking moron who was playing McLeod in the fucking cartoon.
Yes.
Oh, there's a cartoon.
Like the guy,
yes,
the guy in the cartoon doesn't even try. He literally doesn't even try. At least
Why a cartoon? This.
Oh, trust me, Jova. It goes as childish as you can imagine. I mean, why making a cartoon for children based on a movie where people get their head chopped off?
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that it was a cartoon marketed towards kids?
Actually, yes.
Oh my god! So it's sort of like Star Chaser, The Legend of Orin, in that regard.
Well, at least Star Chaser was trying to be, its own thing, starting from scratch. Highlander
wait, its own thing?
What?
No. I know it was ripping off Star Wars, but I'm meaning as a franchise of its own. You know?
I'm sorry, even it. Oh. Hello.
Hi.
Anyway, but yeah, Star Chaser The Legend of Orin being its own thing.
No, Jova, you mean
I know.
I mean,
I know what you mean, too, but even hearing those, I'm sorry, it's just hearing those words, though. I mean, I get what you mean, but just hearing that sort of phrase itself, though, just makes me laugh. Dwibs can attest to why. Dwibs? What do you have to say about Star Chaser The Legend of Orin?
yes, Nazis.
The Star Chaser commentary was kind of glorious in the way that I've never seen Dwebs be so mind-boggled by a movie before.
And how much they ripped off something.
really?
I watched Ballistic.
Yeah, I know. Believe it or not, Star Chaser The Legend of Orin managed to baffle him more than Ballistic. That's quite an accomplishment.
I still think Ballistic's the worst film.
Oh yeah, definitely. At least Star Chaser was trying to have a point.
Sort of.
So yeah, Nazis now.
I thought this was the 80s.
This movie was ahead of its time, Dwebs.
Nazis in
but
the 80s.
it was more up and down and all around.
Although I'll give it this, it wasn't as ahead of its time as the Lost in Space film was.
Yeah, we get one of the world's most boring actors in a film.
And yet somehow we managed to make him hilarious by being boring.
It was.
It's like Lost in Space came up with parodies all of a sudden.
Which was odd because I didn't think he was as bad in the Incredible Hulk film.
Well, yeah, I'll give him that. He is better in the Incredible Hulk film. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised. Then again, I didn't recognize him because I could actually draw some emotion from him. Ah.
Goodbye.
I'll just put my gun away into the drawer.
It isn't loaded, right?
Loaded.
Remember, Dweebs, trope number one about guns in movies, they are always loaded.
Yeah, but never store loaded weapons. That's an important rule.
I mean,
Hell, even Battlefield,
and also,
even
Dweebs,
Battlefield Earth got
you
that
should
right.
know better about the concept of Chekhov's gun.
Even Battlefield Earth got that right.
Well, it depends on the situation, Dwib. Sometimes you do want to leave it loaded.
I watched Smakehead's review of that film, and the only one, I swear, the only scene from that, from I could tell that made sense was when they tried to mount an attack on the villains. The guns wouldn't work because they were, disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dwibs, you're really looking forward to Battlefield Earth, the commentary, aren't you?
Yeah, think of it as part 2 of our franchise pictures riffing series.
After Tarzan 2013.
No, franchise pictures is the actual name of a studio, Jova.
I know. But, like, weren't they the same people who did Battlefield Earth, though, and Tarzan 2013?
No, they had no part in Tarzan. They were
I'm actually surprised Battlefield Earth is not a Roland Emmerich movie.
Yeah.
Weird.
They went bust long before, Jova.
Weird, because I recall that Tarzan 2013 shared something with another thing we were interested in. What was it?
It's not franchise pictures.
What was it then? Pedro, you may remember. You were the one who knew more about Tarzan 2013 at the moment.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, the same people who apparently made Neverending Story, was it?
Wait a minute. You're talking about what Tarzan 2014 rips off?
No. Not what it rips off, but like, weren't like the people who made it also involved in another?
Oh, that. Yeah,
film?
Reinhard Kluse was made some really shitty animated films, basically.
And hadn't they also? Yeah. But I recall, wasn't this the same German studio that also released?
You're talking about
The Magic
Constantine.
Voyage?
Yeah, you're talking about Constantine films. Yeah, Constantine films. Yes, they did have a story. They had Downfall. So yeah, I guess you can say Tarzan was indeed their ultimate downfall.
Oh, fitting. Oh, Tio, I'm kind of wishing you'd been around for us with Tarzan 2013, if just so you could have heard Dwibs' reaction.
Basically, Theo, they pull a King's Quest 5. There's a fucking ice mountain right next to the volcano.
I know, you told me.
And not to mention the whole dinosaur age thing.
You can tell music from wine.
Well, I guess it depends.
Dwibs, to be fair, he is the god of thunder and lightning, so...
And I will actually bring this up. It is sort of a real-life thing, how you can sort of draw music from a glass full of a drink.
Yeah. I'm going to listen to my empty cider can and see what music I get from that.
No. Dwibs. It doesn't work like that. There has to be a drink inside of a glass.
Well, there's drink inside of it now, and I'm listening to it.
But it's not a can. It's a can, not a glass. It's different.
It depends on a lot of things.
Okay, I think I got one song.
Oh, nice.
The one where there's nothing but silence for 11 minutes.
So it's the sound of silence of Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Simon Blackwell's favorite theme.
So what's going on now?
He's flirting.
That's some very awkward flirting.
Sort of.
Why, Mr. McCloud, I think you're seducing me.
With blackmail. What's with these camera pads? They're not as bad as the Dutch angles in Battlefield Earth, but wow.
Girl, stop diarrheaing with your mouth.
It's quite simple, girlie. It came from the depths from which the sequels crawled out of. That's why it should not exist. Gee, rude.
I'll be right back.
Also, what the hell is wrong with your earrings?
They're not even earrings. Like she just took mirror shards and put them on her.
Maybe
ears.
it's self-defense then.
I don't know.
Ah, Queen.
Rest in peace, Mr. Connery.
I swear. I swear.
Unless we bring you back for the sequel.
I swear to you, this man's voice is it feeds my soul.
I know.
Jova, don't even try, please.
I'm not. What? I'm
No,
just talking.
I was doing a little. No, I was thinking also about the fact that yes, Highlander the Source also destroyed this about the Highlander movie. They destroy.
that was
how
pretty much
important the Queen's
that was pretty much their top priority on their to-do list. Destroy everything that people love about Highlander.
How bad? Really? Was it that bad?
Yes.
It's to a point where it just.
It's like Joe. It's like they
makes you feel sad.
it's like they purposely made that movie to piss off fans, like a big middle finger to anybody who has ever cared about Highlander.
And surprisingly, every character that was in a Highlander-related media before, basically the actors, reprised their roles for some reason. I mean, they thought it was good enough for them to reprise their role. Just why? You'll see what I mean. Don't worry. For now, they just focus on a good movie for once. So yeah,
Oh, those are some big eyebrows she has.
Connor pulled a Peter Pan, basically.
A Peter Pan?
Basically visiting people who aged while he didn't age because he was immortal.
Oh.
I mean, Highlander was ahead of his time in dealing with the concept of immortality to pose even the question, how do you react when the people you love grows out, become old, and actually die while you still remain, young and stuff like that? You see the world mutate, change, everyone you know dies, basically, and you have to start over and over again. But to make an example, Jova, they posed the same question in episode 2 of Xenosaga, and the guy who is immortal and subjected to this goes insane by the mere thought of it. Oh yeah, here's another thing. Immortals cannot have children.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's your price for immortality. Unfortunately, that's yet another thing that the Source will eventually rape.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How does he have a relative?
No. Actually, no. But apparently, the McLeod is not just a surname. It's like a title, basically. A lot of McLeod rise up despite not being blood connected.
Well, that's convenient.
Obviously.
But yeah, so I guess apparently
it was basically one of franchise rules. The protagonist must have a McLeod title, basically.
So I guess apparently this guy's gonna have a son or daughter later on in the series, from what you guys have told me.
No, because by the time of the Source, he will not be around anymore. The protagonist will be Duncan.
Oh, well in that case, what's this about the whole not being able to have a kid thing being ruined?
You'll see, Jova. You'll see. Don't worry. The Source have a lot of time and a lot of care in explaining you how to rape existing rules.
So is the Source like the 4th or 5th film?
What?
Is the Source like the final film?
Yes. It was actually a direct-to-video. No, it was no. It was a direct-to-video movie. It wasn't released in theater. It was just released in DVDs, some Blu-rays, and broadcasted on the Sci-Fi Channel.
You know, one thing that I wish that they would release, a Blu-ray compilation of anything Highlander related that was on screen.
Honestly, that would actually take more discs than you think you would, because there's multiple cuts of Highlander 2. Believe it or not, the original cut of Highlander 2 was so terrible, it raped so much of this movie, that the fan outcry was so bad that people actually went out of their way to edit the movie. Basically, there was an actual official movie called the Renegade version of the movie called the Renegade Cut, which basically removed everything that was basically pissing off the fans. But of course, the damage was already done. I mean, you can't just try to hide the fact that pretend it didn't happen. Okay.
So in that case, Pedro, tell me, is the Renegade Edition actually good?
No. Believe it or not, the Renegade Cut, like the actual original version of Highlander 2, was never actually released on DVD. Believe it or not, because only the Renegade Cut, which removes all the bullshit that I'm not going to spoil what kind of bullshit it is. So basically, we're going to have to look for... fortunately, I know...
The original edition?
Yeah, the original edition only was released on VHS, so we're going to have to watch a VHS rip of it.
I get that, but Pedro, what I'm asking is the Renegade Edition actually liked by the fans? Is it good?
No, by the time the damage was already done, fans were like, fuck you, don't try to pretend it didn't happen.
Think about this,
Basically, Joe, imagine if they... let me think of something...
No, imagine basically they contain the damage from 90% to, let's just say, 60%.
Yeah.
Or remember when they made the director's cut of Star Trek the Motion Picture?
Yeah.
And I heard that doesn't really improve the film all that much. But then again, we're not going to be watching the director's cut. We're watching.
Yes, apparently during French times, McCloud had a lot of fun because they were not using, swords for decapitation.
Yeah. Oh, and an audience. Just to be clear, no.
Luckily, he didn't end up under the guillotine during the big scare.
Yeah, thankfully.
I was going to say, audience. Just to be clear, no, we're not doing the director's cut of Star Trek: The Motion Picture. We're going to be doing the Blu-ray cut.
What does it matter?
It's vastly different. The Blu-ray cut is the theatrical cut, only with a shorter opening sequence.
And he's dead.
That and I don't have the director's cut.
John Goodman? What the hell?
That and I don't have the director's cut. And again, the director's cut hasn't come out on Blu-ray, so we're just gonna have to do the Blu-ray cut.
Yeah.
Do we have to?
Well, I've heard the director's cut's longer, so.
Joe, for example, I can't think of quite any of that you've seen. So tell me, like, can you think of any sequel to a movie or a game that completely buttfuck raped everything the franchise was about?
Devil May Cry 2?
Blade Trinity.
Yeah, sure.
If reboots count.
Who?
Well, if reboots count, I suppose there's the Devil May Cry.
Sequels. Direct sequels.
Reboots don't count because they're their own continuity.
Also, nice jacket you have, dude.
Nothing really comes to mind at the moment. Though I have the feeling I have seen someone.
Oh, I get it. Jova, Metroid Other M. You know how shitty the plot of Metroid Other M was? Well,
yeah.
Well, imagine if Nintendo tried to make a special HD Wii U remaster of that game, except they removed every moment where Samus is being a complete wimp.
That would be interesting.
For my reaction would be no, fuck you. I'm not. Don't try to pretend you didn't. Don't try to pretend it didn't happen because it happened. You know.
To be fair, Pedro, that kind of is a bit different because, like, well, basically, if you take away all the scenes about Samus being a wimp, you've kind of got your standard 3D Metroid game, aside from, a bit of the different kinks. I guess it would feel a bit different. However, if you're asking if it will wash away the shame of the original, no, it wouldn't. But I have the feeling that people would view
well, there you go. That's exactly what the Highlander 2 Run Kid tried to do, basically.
Oh, I get that. What I'm asking is, like, well, is the film itself any good?
No.
As a movie,
Joe, it's known as one of the worst sequels of all
Renegade
time.
Edition. The Renegade Edition. Renegade Edition
like Theo said, it was 100% stupid. It was decreased to 60%, basically.
Oh. So I guess, well, then it sounds like more fun to just watch the original then while we're at it.
Oh yeah, totally. Like we have to, if we're gonna watch that, we have to watch the original just so we can properly rip it a new one.
Die, motherfucker!
The problem is that it's really hard to find the original one, VHS and everything. So it's not really not combine that with the fact that everybody hates the fucking original cut. It's kind of. I'll be sure to look for one if it comes to that. I'll upload it myself.
Oh, goody.
So yeah, that guy didn't really get the memo.
Why didn't you dodge?
Yeah, that happens.
What happens if just a regular human kills a immortal?
He needs to decapitate. Well, again, the energy is reparted to the nearest immortals, basically.
So the human gets jack shit.
Yeah, basically. He just kills an immortal. The end.
Oh god, that blue screen. Don't think I didn't notice that film.
It's an 80s movie, dweebs. Be more merciful.
Well, then how do you excuse Superman 4?
How do you... Oh, come
Superman
on, Dwayne.
4 was made by people who don't know how to make movies.
Which was odd because apparently the director made quite a lot of movies before that one.
Well, okay, fine. Let me rephrase that. It was made by people who don't know how to make good movies.
I think it has sort of to do with the higher executives. What was the name of that film company?
Canon Films.
Yeah, Canon Films.
Canon Films, as in it shot the franchise out of a cannon and whoa, explosions.
Michael Bay will be so proud.
Could you imagine, again, going back to what the Jova said, could you imagine if every time Mega Man beat a Robot Master, he would go, BOOM!
Yeah.
Destroy everything around him.
I guess that's why Wily Sporter is always in flame at the end of Mega Man games.
Get out of the way, I'm going to cut your heads off.
Come to think of it.
Why are you smiling?
Get out.
I think he's drunk.
Nah, you think?
Hello there.
Come here often.
The fuck?
Scaring the little old lady. Now that's just ain't good.
How rude. Clancy Brown, you owe her an apology.
Oh, never mind. Apparently he's giving her the time of her life.
Does this character have a
Oh,
name?
this scene. Jesus Christ. Believe it or not, you see, here's the thing, Jova. As Puni pointed out very well in his review, Highlander 2, it's like the people who made that movie haven't even heard of the first Highlander movie. Are
you saying Highlander 2 parodies that scene?
No. What I mean is the Highlander. It's a little like they picked a VHS copy of Highlander, read the description in the back cover, and then made the sequel from there. Like seriously.
But it was the same director.
I know. That's why it's so mind-boggling to us.
Pedro, you always tell me the Wing Commander movie was made by in cooperation with the creator of the game.
No, not cooperation too. Chris Roberts himself wrote, directed, and produced the fucking thing, which is why it's so mind-boggling to me. How can you get? It's like if Akihiro Hino made a Professor Layton game where where every single character is replaced by I don't know, anime shitty FF characters, you know.
Or if
How do you get how do you get your own world and your own characters wrong? I just don't understand.
or if you made
Professor
Professor Layton a dick.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Like, how do you get your own character wrong? Like, what the fuck?
Also, but yeah, what I'm wondering, Pedro, is that what did it have to do with that scene though? Because you said something about
okay. I went in a tangent. Basically, Joe, what I mean is basically every single thing in Highlander 2 screams we did not watch Highlander 1 at all. Except there's that scene where the Kurgan was chasing on the car chase. That's apparently that part of the movie they remember because they ripped it off.
Yes.
So it was funny though. It's like I had trouble telling if he was giving the old lady a fright or the time of her life.
It was the 80s, so probably the latter.
Of course.
What kind of salute is that?
Okay, let's play a game. Who's the worst police officers? This guy or the one from Terminator?
I'm actually gonna say
Terminator 1.
Actually, Jova, you might want to watch it until the end to make that judgment. As for me, I'll say the ones in Terminator 1.
Oh, so you agree?
Well, yeah, I agree with you, but you...
Also, since when this movie became the next episode of Law and Order?
Actually, this is reminding me a bit of the beginning of the first TMNT movie, the 80s one.
Which Law and Order?
I don't know. If I recall, there's a fuck ton of seasons for that.
There's even a UK version of Law and Order.
Even if I recall, even a French one.
Yeah.
Okay, I wonder what that's like now. Is it like Sherlock Holmes?
No, sadly, it involves a lot of people with what's the name? White hairs.
Basically, our version's like it's a detective thing, isn't it?
No. Well, basically, Jova, imagine a lot of people with white wigs.
Really? They actually do that with the British Law and Order?
Yes.
That sounds rather old-fashioned.
Well, Jova, that's how the legal system in the UK works. I mean, lawyers and attorneys need to wear those fucking things.
Really? Wait, hold on. Even the attorneys, or is it just the judges?
Yeah, it is, Jova.
We all do.
It's still like that, though? I thought that those times had changed. I didn't know it was still like that.
It's called tradition.
Yeah, traditionally it's like sweating like a fucking pig in the middle of summer because you wear that.
I thought that thing was only meant as a joke nowadays, though.
Even Monty Python parodied that in one of their skits.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm surprised that's actually still a real legit thing in the real life court. And again, if the crossover is anything to go by, it's only the judge who has to wear the wig.
You can tell this guy's a nerd because he has a gilet, he has
Glasses.
He has porn stash and glasses.
Pretty much.
Wait, porn stash. You sure we're not watching her or something? I mean, he's got moustaches in front of a computer. I still haven't seen her, by the way.
You know,
I'm a bit conflicted about it.
It's funny. That guy kind of looked a bit like Charlton Copley in District 9 to me for a bit.
The one thing that's keeping me away from her is the premise: falling in love with a computer.
It's actually done pretty well, I thought.
Interesting. Is it one of those psychological thrillers?
Yeah. Well, maybe not thriller, but yeah, it is psychological.
It's giving me horrifying images in my head of watching Joaquin Phoenix knocking a PC.
No, Drebs, no.
Eh?
Don't worry. If that's what you're worried about, don't worry about it.
About what?
Don't bother, Joe. It's between me and Drebs.
It's
how bad
between
could it
Drebs.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got a pretty sick imagination. Is there any? You
Well,
guys
you're the
wonder
well,
where I
you're the
came up with Dick Clayton?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Oh yeah, Jova, another important rules of the Immortals that you missed. The Immortals cannot fight on holy ground on any type.
What happens if they do? Do they get killed?
the implication is kind of like that because the judgment of gods is superior to them. So,
Alright,
Does
so
it-
I can't fight you here, but let's fight on top of the church.
Yes, let's.
and again, this is another thing that the source will completely fuck over because I mean, at this point, they're not even trying counting out how many things the source fuck
Don't worry.
offs.
Don't worry.
I think I've
don't
counted at least 45 things.
Worry. Don't worry, Teo. I feel your pain.
Wow, I almost kind of find it hard to believe that something could actually ruin it that bad. I mean, even
Jova,
Terminator 3 doesn't go that far.
Don't underestimate the power of the Highlander source to surprise. Trust me. Because you see, Jova, like Spoonie said very well in his Highlander source review, despite how shitty the series got, we usually took comfort in saying in trying basically saying to ourselves, okay, at least it will never be as at least. This is it. Highlander 2, at least it's the bottom of the barrel. It can only go up from here, because despite the free and endgame being crap, they were still better than Highlander 2 at least. So we took comfort in thinking to ourselves, okay, at least they're better than Highlander 2. But then the source came and proved us that a movie can actually be worse than Highlander 2.
Oh my.
Wait, Highlander: The Search for Vengeance.
Wait, Search for Vengeance? Did that...
Is that the anime movie?
Looking... Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So was the animated movie any good?
I haven't seen the anime movie, no.
Was it cartoony and kitty as well alongside the show to you?
I
From
wouldn't know.
from the looks of it, it's very dark anime.
Oh, awesome.
Ah, that's quite interesting since apparently the cartoon is all cartoony and kiddish according to Tio.
Yeah, it is. I actually saw it as a kid, and it sucked.
So let me get this straight. They made a kids series based off of this, a movie where people get decapitated.
Yes.
I don't know. Something about this seems a bit wrong.
That's because it is wrong. No, sick and wrong.
Gee,
Why did that guy look like Jeremy Irons?
Huh. Guy chose to shave his head all of a sudden.
Michael Ironside was in Highlander 2?
I have
Jesus.
no idea who that is.
He played Sam Fisher in the Splinter Cell games.
Hmm.
But hey, I thought we couldn't fight on sacred grounds.
That's exactly the point. Basically, they don't know where their immortality came from, and they're assuming that maybe God cursed them and shit. So they're not taking any risks.
Yeah, we're trying to not piss off any gods.
Remember the cloud?
And basically, Jova, and Webs,
Yes.
and Webs. Basically, the one loose thing that this movie didn't explain was why are they immortal? Where does immortality thing come from? And that's where and that's where Highlander 2 comes in. And of all the explanations they come up with, why that one? Why?
Oh, how bad could it be?
You don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
That's right. I don't know yet.
Nobody
it's a
knows
paradox.
yet.
Wait, hold on. It's a paradox. Pedro's already seen the film, yet he doesn't know yet. So supposedly I know about
Yes,
it. So...
Joe, but the movie is that kind of bad.
Oh.
The director's cut of Highlander 2 was 9 minutes longer.
Eh? Oh, goody. There's a director's cut of Highlander 2?
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
Renegade cut, if I remember correctly. Actually,
What?
they added
Well-
in new footage from deleted scenes. They didn't actually throw back the shit. Let's just say
So what you're saying is that the Renegade cut is actually longer?
they used the deleted scenes. I think.
Huh. Now I'm sort of tempted to pick between the two. See the
No.
original version.
No. The
No.
director's cut doesn't have that particular crap that we're talking about, Jova. So if you want so we'll still have to go with the original one.
Okay then.
You know what, guys? I think this is the only film we'll be able to do today.
That's okay. Yeah, it is getting a bit late. Yeah.
We'll probably do Brothers Grimm tomorrow. God damn it, Michael! Did you have to be that loud? Jesus.
Maybe he heard you, I guess.
He knew I was falling asleep, so he did that to wake me up.
How nice of him.
Yeah.
How
Messaging me
nice
from
of
beyond
him
the
to-
grave. Lovely.
Yep.
Because, yeah, Michael came and died in 2003.
Shame, really.
Hmm.
So I wonder what his last film composing for was.
I'll have a look, actually. Yeah, we know that.
Why are you still wearing really bad earrings?
Because, why not? Oh yeah, apparently his last score was a film called First Daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'll say that like 3 times faster.
I'm Connor McLeod. I'm Connor McLeod. I'm Connor McLeod.
it's basically it's a rom-com directed by Forrest Whitaker and starring Katie Holmes.
Actually, now this is actually kind of reminding me a bit of a certain room in Eyes Wide Shut.
I saw Eyes Wide Shut in a local
Honestly,
trade-in shop and on Blu-ray, but I didn't buy it.
basically, Dwebs, if you are going to watch that movie, like most Kubrick films, you're going to have to basically let go of most of your preconceived notions, because Kubrick was the kind of guy who loved push the envelope. He loved to do movies that nobody else would dare make. It's a movie about sexuality and shit, and it's not really. And I don't mean yes, and it's not just the sex scenes. What I mean is like.
Nothing's better like sex post-murder.
The movie.
School days?
The movie's also like most Kubrick films. The movie's also very slow and deliberate because that's kind of how Kubrick did things. But basically for the sake of building up atmosphere and shit. But the music, God, I love to use the music. But anyway, I'll bring it up. Oh
Yeah, because hello.
There.
It's because when I think Stanley Kubrick, I don't usually think Tom Cruise, but whatever.
Actually, from what I've heard, apparently it was Steven Spielberg who suggested Tom Cruise to Kubrick, because Kubrick and Spielberg were huge friends, and Spielberg kind of has a fetish for Tom Cruise.
Ah.
What the?
Okay, so we're having sex and now we cut to lions.
I fail to understand the analogy.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Fuck no. And also The Lion King were to be made like many years later.
Well, Tio, I wasn't saying it like that. I'm just saying there was love tonight.
I'm really feeling it.
So yeah,
Michael
yes,
Kamen
you
also
are
did
now.
Michael Kamen also did the score for The Iron Giant.
Oh.
Wow,
I actually didn't know that. Nice.
me neither. That's neat. So yeah, I guess these two are now an item.
Let me guess, she's gonna die. Because we can't have the main protagonist be happy for the rest of the film.
Dweebs, you're confusing yourself with Marvels and DC comics.
Yeah, well, then again, I have seen a lot of superhero films recently, plus I'm seeing Avengers 2 in a couple of days. Oh, hi, Clancy Brown.
In a
You know,
couple of
it's a
days.
Such a shame because before the reboot of
Sunday.
DC, we actually had several marriages which were just fine.
Including, if I recall, Batwoman.
Yes, Clancy!
Right, that one.
Oh god, I love so much 80s music.
Here's Clancy!
Yeah.
I don't know, there's this special kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, there was plenty of some kind of that in Star Chaser. I was even enjoying it a lot actually, as Joven does will confirm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is this turning into Carmageddon?
Oh, I would totally go for that.
Carmageddon?
Carmageddon. It's basically an old PC game where basically you had to destroy cars and shit.
Yeah, I was saying that because the intro screen is basically this shot of this dude that is dressed like this bad guy, driving like a crazy maniac this car.
Well, this Clancy Brown looks like he's having a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I also forgot, Dibs. Dibs may already know, but Jova may not. In Highlander Endgame, guess who the antagonist is?
Ridley? I mean, no, I mean Meta Ridley.
No. No, I'm talking about Highlander Endgame.
Oh, Endgame. Oh, Endgame. I thought you said other end. Let's see. The villain. You mean acting-wise?
The actor that, was playing the villain. Guess who he is?
Eric Roberts?
No. It's the blue cherry guys from the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I get the
Really?
I get the feeling. I get the feeling Joe became an Eric Roberts fan in recent times because of a certain movie.
Hey guys.
I've always been an Eric Roberts fan, but yeah, Expendables 1 did help.
Post brigades at every sewer entrance and exit. I want them found now.
I'm not kidding, Joe. I'm not kidding, Dibs. He acts even the same way.
Sir, you were saying your orders so slowly they're on the other side of the world.
Also, the Golden Gate Bridge is not destroyed in the scene. Ding!
Seriously, Clancy looks like he's having so much fun.
Yeah, I know.
Again, he's an immortal. He needs to try making fun of his life, you know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's dead.
Yeah.
She is?
How can you... Well, yeah, I have to say, though, the Queen music for this moment doesn't really fit.
So
I mean,
I think that's sort of the idea.
True, but I don't care.
No. I mean, the song on its own, it's very good. And the scene on its own is very good. It's just that the two things combined doesn't really fit.
So,
it's supposed to be a dramatic scene, and we have this epic,
So,
style music.
I think that's the idea.
So did I get it right? Is she dead?
No.
Oh.
Not now, anyway.
Who's this one?
The other girl.
The other? He has two love interests? Legal polygamy?
Bigamist. Woo!
Wait a minute, hold on. One of them's a redhead, the other one's blonde.
Betty and Veronica.
Hey, time and eternity?
I was thinking more about Archie, but whatever.
Wait, but in Archie, one of them was a brunette.
Oh, right.
So, two love interests, huh?
Help me. Goodbye. Remember, there could be only one.
Exactly.
Because they've said this in the film like 4 times.
Yeah, that's the sad part, is that ever since, and then another 2 happened, and now the phrase is completely meaningless.
Yeah.
There can be only what? I mean 2. I mean 3.
I mean 3. I mean
4.
4. Maybe 5.
You guys said...
6, baby.
Jesus
Where's
Christ.
the source of all this madness?
All I can say, Dwebs, is trust me. Trust me, it won't take you I won't even need to explain to you why the sequel's explanation for the immortality is stupid. You'll be able to tell right away. Trust me.
Right, okay.
Because Highlander 2 is one of those movies that is so blatantly stupid that even a 5-year-old can tell it's a bad movie.
You know what's amazing? I remember in the 80s, women had quite the strong set of lungs on them.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Even in Last Action Hero, where the female hero is actually kicking ass, she still screams.
I still haven't seen that film, by the way.
I recommend it. It's not the best film, but I think it's a pretty good one overall.
So I'm either going to be on your side or the nostalgia critic's side.
I don't know.
So, well, Nostalgia Critic didn't hate it either.
We
In fact,
called it terrible satire.
Well, he was talking more about it being a satire as opposed to it being a film.
And it was also written by Shane Black.
Do you like Shane Black?
I do.
I've seen a few of his. I've seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and I've seen Iron Man 3.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That's a good way to describe this movie in some regards.
Yeah,
Whoa.
actually.
What are you fearing? You cannot die from falling.
Yeah, you're wow. They're forgetting their own continuity in the first film.
I wonder if maybe he's afraid of falling because he knows it'll knock him out at least, giving the guy time to cut his head off.
Yeah, I know, but
Maybe.
seriously, well, they say, "Oh no, Highlander 2 messed up so much." I'm like, well, the first film did that, and it's like 104 minutes.
To be fair, Dibs, I wouldn't say the first film is messing up. Like I said, I just gave a reason for why he would actually be afraid of falling. I mean, let's be fair. A similar thing happened to Sean Connery.
Sivku. What's that? Acid?
Water.
Oh no, it's boiling acid!
That would come out of nowhere.
So yeah, why they don't get electrocution?
Okay, so
by...
the Wachowskis took inspiration from Highlander.
Apparently, yeah.
Of course. So I guess so does being immortal also shield you from electricity?
No.
It just...
Wait, can electricity kill you?
No.
No, well, basically what I mean, Joven, is it can hamper your progress and shit, but it won't kill you.
Okay. Alright then.
The only thing that kills is having your head cut off.
Exactly. Basically, Joven, that's the only rule. You only die if you
If you lose your head.
Exactly.
Literally. Is this still going? Jesus.
Isn't she tied to one of those? Oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
And she's dead.
that's a bit higher.
No, I think she'll live.
Oh. Help.
I think
don't
if
wanna
your
let
seconds
go.
behind lives.
Well, the film's almost over anyway, so
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
not that it matters. Especially when we get to films like ones that I've already seen, so...
Well, yeah, those are different.
Also, lady, you'd be better if you just stayed there instead of moving towards the fight.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if all people did that, move towards fights they aren't involved in?
Pretty much, yeah.
In some cases, it's considered heroic. In other cases, it's considered stupid.
And what is it most of the time?
Well, it's half and half over here anyway. It depends on the situation.
Oh no, a stranger's getting beaten up. I'm gonna go help. That's more heroic. Whereas, oh no, they've got knives and guns. I'm gonna go help. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we got a final climactic battle in front of blue windows.
So,
Blue, get it?
Ah, I see. They pulled the Lord of the Rings there.
Also,
Yeah.
blue, get it? Because Highlander and, Highlands in Scotland, and the Scottish flag is blue and white.
Hey, Clancy Brown, maybe it may not be wise to take your eyes off of the immortal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, I did not see that coming.
Well, he did take his eyes off of him for a good few seconds. Ha-ha! Ho! Ha-ha! Guard! Parry! Dodge! Spin!
Insert
down,
Zorro
up,
music here.
down, up. That was most sword fight choreography back in the day.
All right.
Okay.
Time to reclaim the prize.
Whee.
So are they like the only two left?
Yep.
Remember, Jova, there can be only one.
There can be only one Jova.
I know. I was just wondering if there might still be more immortals out there.
Ah,
Let me guess there are.
you have no idea.
You don't know yet.
Well, I guess we might as well just get rid of this one and pretend like he's the last. There, Pedro. There.
Which would you rather watch, Highlander 2 or The Source?
I get again. I'll shoot myself.
Yeah.
I shoot myself too, but in case I will prefer watch the 2 instead of the source.
Ooh, wow. The swords must be pretty bad.
Oh, trust me, you don't have no idea.
Don't lose your head out, buddy.
Oh, so they're made of electricity.
No, more energy.
What the?
Well, that's because the villain accumulated a lot of souls.
He never really did have a head for this sort of thing. Da 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 da. Da.
Hold on, here comes the quickening.
And now there is.
Bang! Do they have to say that every time? Jesus, I mean,
well, as it is, it's the tagline of the movie.
Yeah, no, but no wonder it became a catchphrase people say. You have to say it over and over.
Oh!
They even keep saying it like up until the very end in the series. So that's why.
Be only 6.
Also, cartoonish
Oh,
devils.
hello, cartoon. Why all of a sudden
He
they
unlocked
attacking?
basically unlocked all the powers of hell or some shit like that.
Oh, so that's what the prize was.
You basically become God, I take it.
Basically, we're only gonna realize exactly what happened to him at the beginning of the second film.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess that's good.
No, it's not.
No, trust me. When you find out the actual anything, like of all the things they could come up with, that's the way you go. Really? Why? Why?
Studios wanted a sequel.
No. But even forced sequel. No, trust me, Dwebs. You could have made a forced sequel to this movie, and it wouldn't be nearly as bad as Sources. It's just like they purposely went out of their way to use the stupidest route possible.
Wait, hold on, Pedro. I thought you said it wasn't until the second film that we figured out what happened to him.
No. What I mean is what the prize actually means. That's what I will actually learn in the beginning of the second film. That's what I mean.
Oh, so what does that have to do with? Oh, okay. You're using that as an example. So yeah, so I guess now he can live happily ever after with his love interest.
Or do they?
What was her name?
Generic McLove interest.
Wait, he can?
Well,
wait.
he doesn't know. He thinks that with his power he can have.
Great. That's a good ending then. Well, that's a
Hi,
good
Sean.
ending then. Well, that's a good ending then. A good resolution. The true power allows him to have kids and have a family. Good. Have that be the ending.
Oh, Jova, you wish.
But why couldn't they have just ended it right there? I mean, that's the perfect resolution.
Forced sequel, Jova.
Trust me, Jova.
No, Dwibs, as Pedro said, even a forced sequel could have come up with a better solution.
Trust me, Wiz. When we get to Islander 2, you'll know exactly what I mean. Trust me, a 5-year-old could write a better sequel to this movie than what we actually got. Like, seriously.
Such a shame. It seems like a pretty good ending.
You'd think it wouldn't be even that hard. Just watch this movie and make something just like it.
Okay, that was a pretty good one.
So that was Highlander.
Yeah.
I like
Final thoughts, Teo.
Again, I suggested this movie because I really enjoyed it. I'm not entirely a fan of the franchise per se, not because of the sequels, but I'm saying, the goodness of the franchise. I'm not a fan per se, but I still enjoy watching the first movie once in a while. It's still a solid fantasy, modern fantasy on its own, and deals with some emotional themes too, like I mentioned, about growing up and seeing old people, dying and shit. That's
it's weird.
actually weird, actually deep stuff. But anyway, and as I said, my headcanon is that the series ends with the first movie. There's nothing afterwards.
Yeah, pretty much like I am.
Weird. It's like, this film doesn't even...
Pretty much like I am with the first two Terminator movies.
What's weird? It's like, this film doesn't really feel like the thing that would scream need for sequels.
Exactly, Jova. That's exactly why everybody's still baffled by the fact that there was literally no reason to make a sequel for this. Like Dwip said, this movie lost money when it first came out. Why the hell did the studio wanted a sequel? There's literally zero reasons for it.
The only reason I could think of is they noticed the big fan rising of it, and so they thought that they could replicate a Star Trek in that regard. Except Star Trek actually knew what it was doing when it brought back the old cast for the movies.
Well, actually, the first time around, no, we got the motion picture.
Well, yeah. Well,
I don't care what people say. That film sucks.
Clips, I don't really count
anyway,
that.
Anyway, your final thoughts.
Okay, I guess me. I'll go. Yeah, pretty much what Teo said. I love this movie because I grew up with it. Me and my mom, believe it or not, me and my mom are actually huge fans of this film. She was the one who introduced this movie to me. So basically, we both of us watched it together a long time. That's why after loving this movie so much, I went on to watch the sequels, unfortunately, and the TV show and shit. But yeah, mostly because of the fact that me and my mom used to watch this a lot of times when I was growing up. This movie is very dear to my heart, mostly because of that. But yeah, it's a great movie. Like Theo said, it's a fun story. It's some great action, really creative concept, I think. And like Jova said, it's a really satisfying conclusion. Jova.
I love this flick. For our first time watching, it was a pretty fun experience. It retreaded a lot of tropes I've seen before, yet it still managed to put its nice own spin on it as well.
And now get ready to see the quickening, Honor 2 and the Source completely destroy everything you like about this.
So yeah, and the characters were likable. The villain was nice for what he did.
Oh yeah, and it was gloriously hammy.
Yeah.
Clancy Brown.
Yeah. The cast overall is pretty dang good for this, and everything seemed to flow well from scene to scene. The pacing was very good. I can't really find any problems I really had with this film overall. So yeah, great film.
Dips.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's terrible or anything. It's just, maybe I'm just a bit tired is all, but I couldn't really hold my attention too much of this film.
Probably has to do with being tired. Don't worry, Dwibs, though. We'll make sure you're nice and wide awake for when we get to Highlander 2.
Oh, he will need to not be tired for that. It's like, trust me. Like
even if I'm drunk, I'll probably be able to figure out stuff that's wrong with it.
Oh, trust me. Even if he's drunk, he'll still be completely confused as to what the hell they were thinking.
Wait, Pedro. So you're telling me that Highlander 2 is so bad that it can actually sober up a drunk person?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, it'll be good for watching for that purpose, at least.
Anyway, that's all for the first Highlander movie. I hope you enjoyed it. See you for the quickening, and be ready and be strong.
The Quickening? What's the Quickening?
The second movie.
It's
the title
called
of the second
it's called
movie.
Highlander 2: The Quickening.
Huh. It seems like
Yeah.
a silly name.
See it.
See ya.